Tell me if I want to perform any reusability. Tell me how to perform reusability. Suppose I want to go for reusability. How to go for reusability? Using what conversion? UDF, user defined functions, or user defined tabular function. Okay, okay. So user-defined function, tabular function. Tell me in UDF, so in SQL UDF, can you write looping? Can you perform? Okay, DMLs, DDLs, cursors. Anything? Tell me. Are conditional statements? Any guess? Tell me. So far what discussed in UDFs, we can write only select statement. Okay, see. So, but what happened now? I want to perform DMLs, DDLs, conditional statement, cursors. How to perform? Tell me. So by using UDF, we can write a so we can't table, right? Now we should go for what concept is coming to picture. Any guess? What's the concept? Anyone? So code reusability. I won't write the code, okay, for reusability purpose. But I want to perform looping operations, DML operations, DDLs, exceptions, all these things. Now, which concepts come into picture? What's the concept name?
Stored procedure.
Using?
Stored procedure.
So using stored procedure. Okay, see stored procedure. So today's topic is procedure. Okay, so tell me a syntax for UDF. What is syntax for UDF? Tell me what syntax for UDF. Create. Tell me, remember, I forgot. So, what syntax for UDF?
Create
Create or
function.
replace
Function. Function name.
function name. Okay, function name. So bracket open, bracket close. Then
Returns data type as
dollar. So select our logic. Question is that what? Tell me here. If you see here, what happened? So in this one, tell me, can I write the DDL statements? Tell me. So we can't able to perform. So we'll perform only select statement. But I want to perform DMLs, DDLs, looping concept. So which is the concept coming picture? So procedures is the concept. See what syntax? Same as same with syntax. So listen carefully. We'll see in detail. Create or replace instead of function. It will be procedure. So create or replace procedure name. So returns data type as, okay, see, three sections will be there. So declare, begin, and declare, begin, exception, end. So three blocks will be. This is the declaration section. Okay. So this is what, any guess? This is the execution section. Those are coming from Oracle background, now they can able to understand. See, create or replace procedure name, returns data type as dollar, declare, begin, exception, end. So this is declaration section. This is execution section. This is, okay, exception section. We'll see the same thing in detail. Here you need to understand the functionalities that what. So create or replace procedure. Here procedure name. We can pass the arguments. So returns which data type as starting, ending, declare, begin, exception, end. This is the your declaration section. Your execution section, your exception section will be there here. Got the point? Huh? Getting the point? Simple example. Let me go for simple hello world, then you'll get clarity. Okay. So this is what UI. What UI? It says snow site user interface. Snow site UI. Okay. Now what happened? Let me create or replace procedure. Okay. Hello. Proc returns where can. Okay. Simple use case. See. So when I go for simple hello world. Okay. See. Begin n return hello. Okay. See. So see what happened. Create or replace procedure. Your procedure name. If any arguments are, they'll put the arguments. So tell me why I'm using varchar reason. Because no, so suppose if I put 1, 2, 3, and what is 1, 2, 3? It's a number. Okay, see what you're returning now, the same data type we should mention. So it's a varchar. See now what happened? Tell me what issue.
We haven't set the context.
Context. See, we need to go for full equal. So we need to select a database. Tell me without selecting database as worker. Can I guess? So see, now I don't want to select my database, my schema, but I want to make this to be working. Tell me it's worker.
Use
How?
database.
No, I don't want to use any database here.
Fully qualified name.
Tell me now, I don't want to use select the database. I don't want to use database name. Then how to get? See, copy. Tell me this is called as what?
Qualified.
The database name, the schema name, the object name. Fully qualified in okay. So the database name, the schema name, the object name. Now tell me where this object will be created.
Mentioned database.
Other two.
See, our object procedure will be created. So if we don't select also what happened, our object will be created where? See? Okay. Other dev DB. So see the same thing. So how many procedures are there? Only one procedure. So see. So one more procedure will be selected. This is called as fully qualified name. That's what the point came. Suppose if I remove the same thing, if I execute, see what happened. So cannot perform create procedure. This is a session. This session doesn't have any current database. So use database or use a qualified name. What's the qualified name? This is the qualified name. The database name, the schema name, the object name. This is called as fully qualified name. This is the functionality. Without selecting also, we can able to get it done. Okay, see, fully qualified name. Next one is that what? Tell me. What's next one? Now, procedure created. Now, I want to call or I want to invoke the procedure. Tell me how to call or invoke. See, call, very important. Okay. Tell me how to call a function.
Select procedure.
How to call? How to call a function?
Arguments.
You can directly call that. We need to.
How to call a function? Select function name. Function name. Same thing. How to call a procedure? Call procedure name. Bracket open, bracket close. Secure call your procedure name. Control enter. Now what's out will get? What out will get? We'll get hello. Okay, got the point. Also, this is the functional. Tell me it's a static or dynamic procedure.
Static.
Static.
Static. Why it's a static?
There is no variable. Thing
It is
is
now see what happened every time getting hello, hello. Okay. But I want to make this one dynamic procedure. How to make it dynamic procedure?
we have to give parameters in between the
By passing arguments or parameters. Okay, see. So see, this is the static procedure. Now I want to make this procedure dynamic. So create or replace procedure, your procedure name. So we need to pass the argument. So VL say it's a argument. Tell me how to club two strings by using concatenator pipe symbol. Okay, now see what happened. Some issue came. Okay. Procedure. Now how to call this procedure? Call procedure
give the
name
value.
and pass the value. Okay.
Value.
Tell me it's a static or dynamic, it's a dynamic. Okay, same thing. We try to call by using null. Tell me if I pass null, what the exact output will get? What the output will get?
Null.
Why null?
Alone. A null into anything. Null with anything null.
So whatever concatenate null, it will give what? It will give null value. Now I want to handle null value. Tell me how to handle null value? By using NVL. So SQL concept. See NVL to coils. Okay, empty string. Okay, so that's one. If you know SQL concept, you can play with. Now, what is the output we'll get? We get simply hello, hello. So see here what happened. So if I don't mention any language, by default, what language will take? Will take what language? SQL scripting. If anybody asks in interview, no, so do you know procedures? You should say yes. So in which language have written the procedure? You should say SQL. SQL. Now tell me what you should say. Say SQL scripting. Okay, got the point. Clear so far? Okay, tell me getting the point. Okay, see, this is the functionality. If anybody asks, no, you should say SQL scripting. Okay, so SQL scripting is the function. So far good. Tell me now, I'm having 100, 200, two numbers are there. Okay. Okay, see, so 100, 200, two numbers are there. Okay. So by using SQL, I want to find which is greater. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me by using SQL, how to find which is greater? What's the concept?
Case statement.
Case statement. Now select. Tell me select case when 100 greater than 200, then 100 is greater. Okay. Okay, 100 is greater. Thing else to one like this, so we can. So this is in SQL, but I want to get in. Tell me, but I want to get. So, but I want to make this one in Snowflake. I want to go for reusability. How to go for reusability? Go for what concept? Go
Procedure.
for procedure. Okay, see procedure. Okay, got the point. So 1 second, please. 1 second. Tell me now, same thing. Now I want to get the procedure. See, create or replace So procedure, okay, see, so create a replace procedure. What's the procedure name? Procedure name. So greatest proc. Okay. So see proc. Okay, returns varchar as $dollar. Okay. So this is so far good. Then what happened? So begin and end. Tell me now what happened. So begin and end. Tell me now this is what section? Tell me this is what section? This is
Body.
execution. This is called as
Execution.
execution section. Our code will be written here. So begin and end is the execution section. Then what do we need to write? Tell me our requirement is to find the greatest. How to find a conditional statement SQL? Tell me. So
Case.
by using case in programming language, how to the conditional statement by using if and if else concept. Okay, it's a simple thing. Okay, see, if you know one language, you can able to work with other thing. Now what happened? Tell me 100 greater than 200. Then what we need to return? How to get the output by the return keyword. Return 100 is greater. Okay. Tell me this. Tell me this condition true or false.
We need to call the
No. Before that, tell me
procedure
this condition is true or false.
false.
False. Now see what happened. Now how to call this procedure by using call procedure name. Now tell me this condition true or false. That's a false condition. Now what the output will get? What the output will get? Will get null. No
No.
null. Okay, see null. Okay, null. So I want to work on false. This is only true condition. Only true condition. I want to work on false condition also. How to work on false condition? By using what? By using else. Else, what I want return? Return 200 is greater. Okay. So 200 is greater. So this is okay. Now how to call? Now what the output will get? We'll get 200 is greater. Tell me
Great.
it's a static or dynamic? Any guess?
Static.
Why it's a static? Because tell me
There
why
is
we
no
are
parameter.
so we are hard coding the numbers. Now how to make it dynamic procedure by passing
Argument.
arguments or parameters. Okay, see how many arguments require, one or two or three?
Two.
Two
One,
arguments. Two, no? See two arguments. Okay, see 100 and 200. So num1 number. Okay, num2 number. So two arguments required. Okay, so two arguments. So num1 greater than num2. Okay, num1 is greater, num2 is greater. Okay, now tell me it's a static or dynamic.
dynamic.
That's dynamic. Now how many arguments we should pass compulsory?
Two work.
See, it will throw error. See what's the error? See. Now tell me now. See, it's throwing some error. What is the error? Error compilation error. So we need to pass how many arguments compulsory? Two arguments we need to pass it. That's it. No, so two arguments. Okay. So control C. Like this only we need to work. If you are developing any code, no, step by step we need to work it. Now here what happened? Tell me. So now 10, 20. Now tell me what the exact output will get. 10 is greater or 20 is greater?
20 is
Now see, put the everything and see the logic and tell me. It's a 20 is greater, 10 is greater. Exact output I should get.
Num2 is greater.
Why num2? Because so tell me this is a string or number? This is a string. Now we'll get out as num2 is greater. So but tell me num2 is what? It's a value or it's a string? Now it's a string. Now what we need to do? Now what we need to do? See, now what happens? See, now instead of num2, we need to make it. Now tell me now it's a what? Now we'll get out as what? So 20 is greater. Got the point. Like this way, you can able to get it done. Okay. So like this only, so we'll try to write the complicate logic. Okay, got the point. So this is the functionality so far good. So this is the way we can able to write the conditional. See, simple thing. Same thing, you can write multiple condition. If okay, logic, we can able to make it working. Clear so far in dots? So simple use case. Okay. First to understand the UDF. In the UDF, we can write only select statement. Okay. So see select statement. Okay. So same thing now what happen if you want to work on anything like conditional looping, you can go for what? Go for procedure concept. So by default, what language it will take? If I don't give anything, by default, what language it will take?
SQL scripting.
SQL scripting. Okay, so we'll see a little bit use case, then you can able to understand. Okay. So we are almost at the end, like 3 to 4 sessions are there. Okay. So you need to do the task. Okay, see. Now see what happened. See requirement. See requirement input employee table number of records. Input employee different table is not available. Tell me, you need to say what is the thing? Tell me. What is the thing? Tell me. What is requirement? So we want write a static processor or dynamic processor. Static or dynamic processor. Dynamic processor. How many arguments are there? One input argument. How to return the output by using return keyword. So what's the input here? So table name. So if I pass the table name, I need to get number of records. If I pass a different table name, if table is not, we should get table is not available. So see how it's list of tables show tables control enter. Okay, so see the same table. Other details. Okay, see how to find number of records. Select count of star from table name. See what happened. So see we are getting number of records is what? So 0 na. Okay. So 0 records. Okay. Let me. So insert into name. See how many records will be there as of now. So 3 records will be there. Okay. Now what's thing if I pass a table name, I need to get number of records. Number of records. Number of records 3. Okay. Same thing if I pass different table name, see what happened if this working fine. But you see, if I pass different table, what happened? Tell me, it is giving object does not exist. Instead of this thing, what happened? Instead of this thing, is there any way to find number of records apart from count of star? Tell me, we can go for what? We can go for what? Go for what? See, select star from information schema dot tables. Okay, tell me there are so assume like there are millions of records are there. Just I want to see the data. Tell me how to see the data. Just I want to see data. I don't want all the million records. Just I want to see how what is the keyword you should use? You should use limit 5. Okay, you should use limit keyword regularly. Okay, so same thing. See if it's one column is there. What is the column? Row count is there. Okay, see we can able to use the row count. Okay. See table name. So see now what happened now go for other. Okay. Where so table name equals to other details. Okay, see now we are getting what? So this is the data. Suppose if I put different value, what will get the output? Tell me. We're getting no record. Okay, this is the functionality. Tell me, so we want to get okay. There are so many databases are there, so many schemas are there. But I want to get this database. How to get this database? Tell me. Go for what? So where table catalog. Catalog nothing but table catalog. Catalog equal to other dev. Okay. Okay, suppose if I want to get, okay, this database, how to get this database? You can go for current, tell me how to get the database, current database. Okay, same thing, and table schema equals to current schema. Okay, so, okay, and so table name equal to other details. Okay, so this is the functionality. Okay, so you got the point. So like this way, we can able to get this same thing. Now tell me now, I want to go for reusability. How to go for reusability? Go for what concept?
Procedure.
So we should write a procedure. Okay, mute yourself. We should write a procedure. Simple thing. Now first we should go for like this. Then we need to write our logic. Same thing. You need to work like this in real time. So create or replace procedure. So table. So always use the proper name. Table count proc nothing but procedure. So first to go with static, then write the dynamic. So returns varchar as starting, ending. So we should go for what section? Begin and end. Okay, you should write the execution logic in the same thing. So Control C. See now what happened? See the same thing. See now see what happened. So see we are getting the same thing. Okay. Now how to return a value? Tell me how to return a value. Using which keyword? Using return keyword. So what's the return expectation? Tell me return. So we should get out as number of records 3. Okay, see number of records. Okay, so 3. Okay, semicolon. Tell me how to call a procedure. Tell me.
Call procedure name.
So call procedure name. So bracket open, bracket close. Tell me it's returning out as number of records 3. Tell me it's a static or dynamic.
Let's start.
Static. So where line number? Line number. Where is static? Line number
18.
18 we need to give the parameter or argument.
Okay, see where 28. Now see 28 says static. Now see we are executing a suppose like we are executing thing. What are getting? What are getting? We are getting a value. So this value need to be stored in somewhere. See Control C. Listen carefully. I'll explain one more time. So we want only row count. See there is a one more concept. See into L row count. Okay, see this L row count. We should declare declaration section. Okay, it's a what data type? It's a number data type. Okay, see number. So I'll explain 1 second. Hold on. So see now what happens. So see this is the thing. Now try to call the procedure. Okay, see try to call the procedure. So we are getting out as number of records 3. Same thing. Let me create one more table. So select one ID. Okay, union all. Tell me how to get a backup table. Any guess? Remember, backup table by using what concept? By using what concept? So you. Now tell me now UU how many records should be there? If I pass UU, you get 2 records. Okay, then this is the unit testing. Okay, let me put UU. Now how many records should you get? You should get. If I call this procedure, you should get what? Number of rows should be 2. So then our logic is working fine. Okay, so tell me this is static or dynamic again?
Static.
Static. Now how to make this one dynamic? By passing argument. Okay, so table name, but the parameter or the argument. Okay, so you got the pointer. So this is the functionality. Got it? It says right now it says static. Now I want to make this one a dynamic. So P tab name, it's a varchar. Okay, see varchar. So now tell me if I put single quote, tell me it's a string or number, it's a string or argument. If I put this it will be a string. So we should not put single quote. Okay, see now again one issue will be there. Okay, now try to call, it will throw error. See, it's throwing not working. So 1 second. Now tell me now. So see procedure name. Okay, let me take the same thing. Now it will throw error. Okay. So now tell me SQL compilation error. Okay, we need to pass the table name. Okay, see argument. So table name is UU. Now saying what? Statement error, invalid identifier p tab name. Tell me what is p tab name here? What is p tab name? What is p tab name? It's a
Argument.
so argument. So we know it's argument. How this Snowflake guy knows it's an argument? We need to use some extra thing, that is binding the parameter. See, we know that what's a okay argument. But if I want to make this one to be, we should put it like this. Now it will treat as a what? It will treat as a bind. It's nothing but it's a argument. So we should put colon. Nothing but it's a bind variable. Now we'll get out plus okay number of records 2. So same thing, take the others table. Now we should get number of records what? Number of records 3. Okay, then our logic is working as expected up to here. So far good. Okay, so far good. Okay, so number of records 3. Now same thing. Now what happened if I put okay, suppose copy the same thing. Okay, 1 second. Like this only you should write 1000 plus lines of code. Okay, see as a developer what happened. So we want to develop hundreds of lines. Okay, already code there. We want to modify according to Snowflake and see now what happened. Now I am putting different table name. Now guess what will happen? Any guess? Tell me now what's the exact total guess? Anyone? Tell me what's the exact total guess?
How many records it's there that
No,
can't
this
be.
table is not there. No, so I'm putting some random table name. Okay. Now, so you are developer. Now try to see the code and tell me what is the exact logic.
Invalid.
We will
Null.
get in null by null reason you should get. So see for everything, you know, the interest they'll ask the counter question. Tell me
There is no
why
table now. That's
no why null? Why null will get? See now what happened? Tell me when you exit now. Tell me we get records. So we don't get any records. So by default, no by default, this L row count contains what? Contains null value. Okay, see null value. Okay. Tell me what are concatenate null will give what? Will give obvious null only, null only. So got the point. See by default, if I don't get any value, what happened? Got the point. See, tell me by default, if I don't give any value, what happened? By default, if I don't give any value, what will happen? Tell me.
It will give
Null will
null.
be there because now when exit what happened, we don't get any record, nothing but what? So this L row count contains null. This is the functionality. Tell me now how to handle null values by using what concept? NVL to
zero.
coils. Okay, see now what happened? I'm going for coils. Any use case. So coils. Now make it to 0. Now tell me now what's the exact what will get? Any guess? I will get number of records 0.
Zero.
Tell me if it's correct, huh?
No.
Correct, huh? No. So table is not there. When table is not there, what you should get? We should get table is not available. Now see what happened. Now we should now tell me now we need to write the condition. Tell me how to handle conditions by using
Case.
if and else. No, if and else. In program language,
If.
go for if and else. Okay, see. Now tell me if I don't get any records, what value it contains? It contains null value. Tell me how to extract null values. Tell me
Is
how
null.
to extract. Okay, is null. No, see, is null concept. See, so got the point. So you should go for what? Go for is null. So if bracket, so bracket, this is important. So if L row count is null, then what it means? Then what we need to return? Then return what? What?
Table is not available.
Table does not exist. Now see what happened. Now I want to get single quote. Tell me now it will work a single quote. Tell me now
It
I
can
want to get
be.
single. No, it worked.
No.
Now what happened? If I want to get single quote, we use two single quotes. Now see now two single quotes. Now it's working. Now tell me now how to call. So by saying call procedure name. So table does not exist. I'll explain one more time. I'll explain, listen carefully. So like this only, remember we'll use this conditional statement, looping concept, everything. Okay. Let me call the same thing, Control C, Control N, Control V, change the language to SQL. Always use Notepad++. Okay. So create or replace procedure, your procedure name. Tell me this is what? This is a
Argument.
argument. Why
Argument.
we need to pass the argument?
To make it dynamic.
To make it dynamic. Okay. Tell me how Snowflake knows an argument. We need to pass the
Column.
binding
Binding
variable.
variable.
Binding variable. Okay, got the point. So here by default is white. This is what? Declaring the variable. Okay, see, declaring the variable. Okay, so this is what? Okay, assigning the value. So we are trying to assign the value. Okay, see, assigning the value. Okay, so this is the conditional statement. Suppose we have one more table name. Okay, now how many arguments we should pass? How many things we should pass? Let me go for one more variable. Now it's a what data type? It's a varchar. Okay, see var char. Okay. Same thing now. What happened? Control C, comma control V. Like this, we can able. So declaring the variable, assigning the value, and we are trying to use FM. So tell me why we need to go for, because if table name is not there, nothing but what we are getting null value. So we are going for this conditional statement. Got the point? I asked you a question. We'll go for one more use case. Like this only we need to develop the logic. Okay, multiple things. Okay, like this.
Praveen, I have a doubt, Praveen.
Good.
What if a table does not have a record? If table is existing and we don't
we'll get
have any
zero.
record.
Now we'll get zero. Suppose let me go
Yes.
here.
But in our logic, it will throw an error like table does not exist, right?
Why it will throw error? Tell me.
Not an error, but we'll get a table does not exist.
Tell me now what happened. Let me copy the same thing. So Control C. Okay, I'll take anything. Now see what happened. See T table is there. T table contains zero records. See select start from T table. Okay. Now see what happened. T doesn't have any records. Now what happened? Let me call the procedure. Okay. So call, now pass the T table. Now see what happened. Now see, we should get number of records 0. Correct? Huh? So see, we are writing this logic. See, if table is there, okay, this entry will be there. If table is not there, nothing but we'll get null value. Got the point? Huh?
Okay, got it.
This is a unit testing. Okay. The same thing. Okay, clear up to here? So far good. And also we'll go for one more use case, real-time use case. So there's so many use cases you need to work. We'll discuss one or two use cases, but so if you're able to solve the remaining use cases, you can project that you have experience of 4 to 5 plus or 4 to 6 plus in Snowflake. So remember, these are our day-to-day works only. Okay, so this is one requirement. So one more requirement every time we say this is the one more requirement. This one I'll tell the use cases, you should work on it. We'll see one use case.
Praveen, I can see that all the code is in the SQL only, right here. But what is the I mean, Snowflake is included here? What is the influence of the Snowflake? And because the code is already built in the SQL only, right?
No, SQL, Snowflake, we can write in any language. No, what your question is not clear. You're not able to answer.
No,
What's,
no. I mean, see, we can write it directly in the SQL only, but what is the use of the Snowflake in that case?
no, where is SQL? No, tell me in SQL you have this looping concepts, huh? This conditional statements. Huh? In SQL you can write only one condition. Now I want to write this. See, tell me in SQL we're having this conditional statements. Huh? So SQL is for only okay writing the queries. So if you want to develop any application or any requirement comes to the programming language required is procedures. Okay, so Snowflake by using Snowflake procedure we can able to get one more time. So SQL is only for writing the queries. But if you want to develop any application, I want to work step by step. After completion of this task, go for the task. After completion of this thing, go for the task. How to go? By programming language only we need to write. So programming language is nothing but Java, JavaScript, SQL, Python, any language. So see, SQL is a little bit comfortable and can able to get. Okay, those are coming from Oracle background, they can able to make easily. Same thing what happened, we're saying like Oracle to Snowflake migration. Almost like syntax 70 to 80% the same, 20 to 30% different. We need to migrate according to Snowflake standard. So programming language is required to develop any application. SQL is only for writing the queries, fetching the data. That's it. Okay, now see
So
this use.
if you see that everything is in a store procedure, right? We can build it in the store procedure in the SQL, right? So my issue is, but where Snowflake is involved here in that case here?
Now where we are writing this thing, So tell me now, see simple thing. Okay, you'll get that. Tell me. So data loading. Okay. So tell me by using SQL you can write the data loading. Huh?
No, in this store procedure itself, I'm just asking, because loading and unloading we can do it through Snowflake, but in the store procedure itself.
No, this no there we're getting this. Tell me this is where these tables are where coming from Oracle. Huh? So see, after loading the data, I want to validate the data in Snowflake. So I will pass the table name. I need to get the table data is there or not. So this is the validation. Assume like, so this is what, so this is the Snowflake concept or no? So how this data is coming from where? Line number 360?
That is a Snowflake table.
Snowflake. Okay. So this P table name is coming from where? Snowflake or from where? This is which table? Snowflake table or no?
Okay, we are fetching the Snowflake, but I mean, in the background, how the Snowflake will be involved here? And see, because even if it is not available, the Snowflake, we can fetch from the Oracle only itself, right? I mean, SQL or somewhere, right?
No, anybody can able to understand the question?
No. I think how it is involved, the data will be, I mean, stored in the Snowflake, and how is fetching here in the through the store procedure.
This procedure is one part of the object. Before getting the data into the Snowflake, we have SnowPipe, where we can load the data, where we can fetch the data from different files and different locations, and put it into the Snowflake. And then all these transformations we can do using the Snowflake database. So it is one part of the entire path.
Now see what happened correctly. See now what happened. See in the Oracle now I'm having assume like one sales table is there. Now what happened now by using data loading. So by using data loading, I load the data into Snowflake table. Okay, see into Snowflake table. Now my table name is sales table in Snowflake. Now question is that what now data is available in Snowflake, but I want to make sure like I want to make sure that my table has data in Snowflake. Now, how to check? Tell me, can I go each and every table and write it? For this purpose, what? I have developed a procedure and pass your table count procedure and pass your sales table. Now we'll get this data. Background, this all this thing happening now. So see, before this data is coming.
What my query is, a store procedure is similar for a SQL and Snowflake, right? Just we are
SQL means SQL Server or Oracle?
Oracle, whatever.
Okay.
So the procedure is same, right?
No, syntax will be different. Syntax will be different.
Just syntax will be different. Okay.
Logic will be same. So see what happened now. If I take suppose like let me go here. So you're saying like SQL, you should say SQL Server. Okay. I thought SQL. So you should say SQL Server or Oracle database. So SQL what I thought normal SQL. So if you see now 1 second, I'm having one processor is there. You should say SQL Server. SQL is normal SQL structured query. So SQL Server is a database. SQL is a structured query language. Now see what happened. Let me go to So 5 minutes extra will be there. Okay. So see now what happen if I go to procedure, okay? If I take any process, so assume this is Oracle procedure. If I copy, if I go to Snowflake, if I execute, tell me it will work as this.
No, it will not work.
So it will not work. Why? Because so we should write our logic. So see same thing. Okay, see L count. So here we should go for what? Instead of as go for declare. Okay, so returns data type. Same thing. What happened? Now here you need to understand the functionality that already logic will be there. Sometimes what happen? We want to work the migration project. Migration, but the code will be there in Snowflake. See, if I copy the same thing, tell me it will work. Suppose if I copy. So create or replace procedure name. Okay. So now what happens? So returns number. Okay, as $. Okay. So begin end $. Now what happened? So see. Okay, use the return keyword. Okay, so return. So now see. So create or replace procedure name in is not there. Okay. Okay. Returns number num1 comma number. Begin and correct only, yeah. Return spelling. Okay. Okay. Non-function. Create or replace. Okay. See here now we should not write. Okay. See the syntax makes sense. Okay. Now try to how to call this procedure. Okay. So call procedure name. Now pass 1 comma 2. Okay. So tell me now. Schema. So see 20. So schema. So see this is the procedure we want to get it done. Okay. Got the point. Huh? Got the point. I say like, see what happened. We are developing anything. Huh? So after the Snowflake standard, we are trying to migrate it. So see, if I copy as is, it will okay.
Now 80% of code is similar, right? I think
Same thing. Okay, see, same. Just we should tweak it. Sometimes what happens, we want to develop new logic. New logic. We want to develop the new logic. So see, this is the function. So clear how this is. The syntax will be same, like 50 to 60 or 60 to 70%. So that person we want to modify. Now see this is code. Tell me, anybody can able to understand? Tell me, any guess? Tell me.
What?
What is the issue? What is the input requirement? Tell me.
So there are two things. One for the full load, means all the history load, you can say. And then the second case, every time it's a truncate and the load the such data.
So generally what now there is a constant full load and the incremental
Incremental load.
Okay.
Yeah,
So full load
delta
nothing but
load.
what? So full load nothing but so truncate the table and the load. Okay. What about increment? Only
Delta.
latest data. So same thing you see with CDC concept. That's all for it. Now see here what happens. See in my S3, AWS S3, there are 100 files are there. 100 files are 100 data files are there. Now I want to load into Snowflake table. Now what happened now? By using copy into command, I am trying to load into Snowflake table. So far. Now question is that what? See now this 100 tables we need to load. What happened now? I want to go for full load document, truncating the existing table under regular. Now what happened? So truncate table T1. So table T2, T3. Okay. Up to 100 tables. Okay. Now what happened? Tell me, is it possible to truncate manually? Yeah? Table 1, table 2, table 3. Now tell me. So I don't want to go. So this is a repetitive to process. Daily I want to do. Now we need to go for what concept? Tell me. Go for what concept?
Procedure.
So you should go for what? Go for procedure concept. Tell me procedure nothing but what? Let me go here. Okay, see. Let me write the procedure. So before that, tell me, I want to get list of tables. How to get list of tables? A list of tables, tell me.
Information schema tables.
Okay, see, let me go to the database schema. So set worksheet context. How to get selected from. Tell me how to get
Information schema dot tables.
so information schema dot tables. Okay, so tables. Okay. So now what we should go for tables. Go for where for like table catalog. Where table catalog equal to current database. And table schema equal to catalog number, it's a database here. Okay, equal to current schema. Where you get the table information, table rows from the which column? And which column from the table count. Tell me now we should go for what? So table name, comma, row count. Now tell me what's the exact output requirement? What requirement? Tell me what requirement?
Truncate the table before loading.
Truncate, you know what happened? So we want to get all things 0 zeros and make it. Now we should go for what concept? Tell me. Go for what? So go for procedure. Okay. Now tell me now what happened? Okay, see how many table names are there? See, how many there? So 100 table names are there. Okay. Now see here what happened now. Okay, see. Tell me this variable can hold how many values?
Single value.
Single value. But how many values are you getting? More than one value. Now we should now if I want to store more than one value, we should go for what concept? We should go for cursor concept. See now we need to discuss cursor. So create or replace. Okay. Replace procedure. Okay. So procedure name. What is the procedure name we can give? We can give so truncate proc. So bracket open bracket close. So returns varchar. Okay. As so syntax. What is syntax? As $. Okay. $. Semicolon. Okay. And so declare begin and end. Okay. So same thing. Now, now what we should go for? What concept we should go for? We want to store more than one record. More than we should go for what concept? Go for cursor. See, same as Oracle cursor. Okay, this is syntax. So see, so now what happened now? So see, this is declaration section. Now what happened? Now we need to go for so table cursor. Okay, cursor spelling. Okay, cursor and a cursor name. Okay, cursor name. So this is the syntax. Okay, control V. Okay. Now tell me now what happened. So see, so why are you going for cursor? Tell me 1 second. Any guess?
To store multiple results.
Tell me because
It stores data.
so normal variable can store only one value. If I want to store more than one value, go for what concept? Go for what? Go for cursor. See now what happened now. See, so this entire result is storing by which guy? This cursor variable. Cursor name, cursor for this is syntax. Cursor name, cursor for this is the syntax. Okay. Now cursor is there. Then what happened? Then go for open the cursor. So this is syntax. Okay. Same thing. Next one is that what? Tell me simple thing. Tell me now. Okay, now I want to go for iteration. Tell me now, now what is requirement? So we'll get truncate table 1, truncate table 2, truncate table 3. Now I want to perform iteration. Iteration nothing but how to perform iteration in SQL in programming language using looping concept. See, simple use case. See, for I in 1 to 10 loop. So this is normal. Okay, loop, end loop. Tell me this, how many times it will loop? How many times it will loop? 10 times.
10.
How many times? So 10 times it will loop. Same thing now. What happened? Now see. Now see what happened now. So tell me, we know 10 times or 100 times we know statically, yeah? We should go for dynamically. Now which guy knows this information? Which guy? This cursor guy knows the
Table
information. Okay, see table cursor. See. Now what happened? Now we should go for, so see for I in, so which guys knows the information? This table cursor guy knows the information. So for I in table cursor, so syntax will be different. So do, okay, end for, okay, so this is the syntax. Okay, for I in, generally if you not want to tell nothing but this will look for 10 times. We know statically, we know dynamical. So which guy is knowing the information? This table cursor guy knows the information. Now what we should do? We need to tell me in this table cursor what it contains. Tell me, it contains what? So customer STG. Okay, customer STG. Okay, so JJK. Okay, so DBTP. Okay, this information this guy is containing. Okay, holding. Now what happened? What is we should do ultimately? We want to truncate table. So now tell me now first table. Now how to get this? Now what is contains this table cursor? Your table name and a row count. Now how to access table name? What I should do? Go for I dot table name. Okay, see. So how to access this columns by using I dot table name. First time get this value, second time, third time. Okay, so this is the functionality. Truncate table. Tell me this is one string, this is one string. How to club two strings by using what concept? By using concatenate or pipe symbol. So we are trying to use the statement. So we want to put in some variable SQL statement. Okay, so this is the assignment operator. See one more time. So we want to truncate. So how to truncate? Tell me, truncate table customer STG. Okay, same thing. So control C. Okay, same thing like this. Now what happened? Control C. Okay, control C, control V. Tell me it's a static or dynamic? It's a static. Now tell me now where you're getting this customer stage JJK, from where I am getting this information? Getting from where?
Table cursor.
Okay, table cursor. How to access the table cursor? I dot table name. So table name. So see, this is a, so table name, this is a string. This is string. How to club two strings by using pipe symbol. So directly we can't able to execute this statement. We should put in some variable. How to assign this variable by using what concept? By using assignment operator. Tell me if I want to use this variable, what I should do? Compulsory where we should define in the where we should define in the declaration section. It's a what data type? It's a varchar. So this variable can hold how many values? Only one value at a time. Okay, see, same thing. Now if I want to execute this type of thing, we need to go for one concept, that is execute immediate. Okay, see, so many concepts are covering execute immediate. Okay, so put the SQL statement. Okay, see, one more time. Now what happened? Now this enter results, this guy is storing. So we are trying to looping the same thing. So constantly, this is the construction of your SQL statement. Then we are trying to execute. If I want to execute this type of thing, makes up this execute immediate. So procedure has been created. Now what happened? Now try to call. How to call? Now it should throw error. Okay, see, call procedure. See, you should say the error. Now tell me. object find is of view. Tell me, can you perform DMLs or DMLs on views?
No.
Tell me. Okay, tell me. So DMLs cannot be performed on views. Okay, see what happened if we see here, no? Comma, snap, see object type. So tell me. So table type, what are you getting? We're getting what? So table type we're getting. So view base table. Now we should take what? We should take only base table. No, we want to truncate what? Tables or views?
Tables.
Tables only. How to get the tables? Okay. So base table. Okay.
Table type base type.
Base table. Okay. Now try to this one. The semicolon. Okay. So try to execute. Now see what happened. So for confirmation purpose, you should do unit testing. So now see 3110. Now what is the expected output? Expected output. Tell me. Now we need to get what? So we should get with the output. How to get the output? We should go for. So return. We should have return. So return tables truncated successfully. Okay, successfully. Semicolon and now try it. Now we should get out as. So we should get out as table truncated successfully, and it should be 0 0. Got it? Christopher. Okay, see how to confirm this is the unit testing. Now all the tables should get 0 zeros. Now our logic is working as expected behavior. Okay, so simple thing. Let me help. This is one. You can say in my recent sprint, I have developed this application for the quantum. So control N. So see this is the statement. See now what happened. So create or replace procedure. Okay, see, tell me why we are going for cursor, because so a variable can hold how many values? Only one value, but we are getting more than one record. That's why we are going for this cursor. This entire thing, this guy is storing. We are trying to loop it and make it working. So constructing the statement and execute immediately the functionality. So this is the concept. Okay, so far good. Getting somewhat getting the pointer. So this is the concept. Okay, so getting a little bit. Yes or no? So this is the functionality. Tell me in real time. Okay, tell me this is the you can say like this is my recent print. If anybody asks to know, okay, can explain one or two use cases, business use cases, you can tell. So what happened now? I'm going for truncating the table and loading the functionality. You can go for this concept. Okay. So requirement is that what this job I want to do every day midnight 1 o'clock. Okay. So tell me this job I want to do this one daily. Okay. So now we should go for what concept? Tell me, go for what concept?
Task.
Task concept. So create a task and execute it. Got the pointer. So this is the functionality. Got the pointer. So it's a little bit getting the pointer somewhat.